Hi, all remote learners. So today we are going to be doing is reading our StemScopedia book that is on your yellow book on page 27 to 30. We will not do the try now. We will do other items with that this week. So we are just going to be reading our textbook on page 27 in our StemScopedia book. So if you want to get that out and follow along with me, you can, or you can follow along on this video also. So let's go ahead and reflect. A mother hears a loud crash in the living room. She walks into the room to see her 7-year-old son looking at a broken vase on the floor. How did that happen? She asks. I don't know. The vase just fell all by itself, the boy says. The mother says it couldn't have moved by itself. Didn't you learn in school that nothing moves without a push or a pull? Is what the boy says possible, or is his mother correct? In the following lesson, you will answer these and other questions about how pushes and pulls change motion. So we're going to continue on. We'll know a couple of our vocabulary words in here for this unit, and I will stop and just let you know those are our vocabulary words. What are some forces that can affect objects? A force is a push or a pull. There are several kinds of forces. Some forces are hard to notice. Other forces put on quite a show and are easy to notice. Some forces need to touch the thing they act on. Other forces can change a thing without touching it. When someone pushes or pulls on something, it is easy to see the effect. You push on a bicycle pedal, the bicycle moves forward. The dentist pulls on a tooth, and the tooth comes out of the patient's mouth. Other forces may seem more mysterious. So let's continue on. For example, a magnet can both push and pull on another magnet. A magnet can also pull on something like made of iron, which we've already learned about that in our previous unit. This happens because of invisible lines of force surrounding the magnet. Sound impossible? Remember that even if we can't see the force, like a magnet, it's still there. Gravity, another force that may seem difficult to figure out. Again, gravity is going to be one of our vocabulary words for this unit. So we have magnet already and gravity for our vocabulary word. Gravity is a force that pulls all things with mass towards all other things with mass. However, gravity is a very weak force unless one of the objects is very big, such as planet Earth. Things fall to Earth because of the force of gravity pulls on them. Gravity also holds things on Earth's surface. If it weren't for gravity, things would just float away into space. Gravity always pulls, never pushes. So we know based off of dropping a ball, we can think of it that way. If we have a ball right at our head, level, and we drop it like a tennis ball, it's going to go and fall down all the way to the ground. That is due to gravity. So let's go ahead and look at this picture over here with the magnet. So it says here, you can use bits of iron to see the field lines surrounding the magnet. So we can see where the lines for the field of magnetism is. And again, they said it's invisible, so it's hard to see unless you have something like this so you can see it. Mass, we already know from our previous unit, but it's helping you out by remembering what we have already studied is the amount of matter or stuff in something. So let's go ahead and continue on. So we're going to reflect. Friction, which is another vocabulary word, is a force that slows moving things down. Friction acts in the direction opposite to motion. Friction can also keep things from sliding around. The materials involved help make this happen. The force of friction is greater when a surface is rougher. You can walk up a steep sidewalk because friction keeps your shoes from slipping. You might not be able to walk up the same sidewalk if it were covered in ice. The force of friction would be much less strong between your shoes and the smooth surface or the smooth ice that you have. So let's continue on and read. A car is parked on a steep street. The car is not moving. When something is not moving, we know the forces are balanced. This means they cancel each other out. Which force is pulling the car down the hill? Which force is balancing this force and keeping the car from sliding? Let's think about it. So hint, we talked about both of these forces above. So we've already talked about certain things above. So let's think about that. All right. So what are some ways which forces affect objects? Even pushes and pulls are not totally simple. For example, forces always come in pairs. If you push on a large tree, nothing happens. If you try to pull the tree out of the ground, nothing happens.